Okay, wonderful. Hi, everybody. It's Julia Mills again. It is nice to see you. Thank you for joining us today. We've got another about 15 or 20 minutes to learn about health and wellness and a business opportunity if it's something that you're interested in. Um, as you know, I'm a healthcare business consultant. I've been doing this for a long time. Previously was in the pharmaceutical industry until a cardiologist and a neurologist shared information with me that literally changed my life. So um, I'm also a LifeVantage distributor. And what I'm doing in these next few weeks is I am taking an opportunity, and I'm so blessed to have the opportunity to work with some of the most incredible people. I have invited my dear friend and mentor and part of our LifeVantage family, Pam Gordon. Thank you for being here with us today, Pam.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me, Julia.
Absolutely, absolutely. We do this in the nooks and crannies of our life. I mean, I sure do. I mean, this is a business that I do on the side from home when I can. I'm very passionate about it because it's changed my life, as I said, and many, many others that I know and get a chance to work with. So before I get started, Pam is going to share her wisdom with us, her story. It's all about our stories. Everyone's is unique. And so I'm going to read her incredible biography. I'm going to start with that, and then we're just going to get into a conversation.
Okay.
So, as I said, this is my amazing business partner and mentor, Pam Gordon. I've known Pam for 6 years, and she has taught me a lot over the years. Pam has been with LifeVantage since November of 2010, and over the years has built a very successful home-based nutrigenomics business with our publicly traded company. Her team, which I'm proud to say that I'm a part of, and through her incredible leadership, generates over $6 million in sales per year. She was married for 32 years to a cardiologist, is divorced, and now a single mom parenting two teenagers. Not an easy task. Grace, her daughter, is 19 and will start her second year at Augustana University in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which is where you're calling in from or zooming in from now. Is that correct?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Sioux Falls. Yep. Should be at Augustana.
All right, very good. Her son Nathan is 17. School was not his forte, like many kids, really. So he got his GED and he's working at Landscape Garden Center installing sprinkler systems. Excellent. Prior to being a stay-at-home mom, Pam taught elementary and special education for 15 years. Due to infertility issues, Grace and Nathan were adopted as babies through Bethany Christian Services. She praises God for her ongoing contact with both their birth parents and families. That's awesome. Pam is also a breast cancer survivor. 2 weeks after her bilateral mastectomy, followed by reconstruction in November of 2010, she started NRF2 activation. That's interesting. I would love for you to share more about that as we get going
Sure.
here. It's
Yep.
interesting how that happened right at the time that you were introduced to NRF2 activation.
Sure.
I've shared with this audience a bit about NRF2 activation and just in one sentence, it's found in every cell. It's a protein that's found, protein messenger that's found in every cell of our body. It's a powerful master regulator which turns on survival genes and turns off disease related genes. That's why it's called nutrigenomics.
Yep.
Pam is so grateful to have found a natural evidence-based product line that helps keep her body in balance. She is also grateful that she dug a well before she was financially thirsty. By blessing others with the gift of LifeVantage, she is blessed. By helping others succeed in this business, she is successful. People she never even knew before LifeVantage are now her close friends. She thanks God that she is part of the LifeVantage family. And I truly believe it's a God thing for me as well. And how I was introduced to this through Dr. Gordon and through Dr. Kimmel, and eventually to be able to learn so much from you over the years. So again, thank you for being here. And your background is so impressive, and the work that you've done with our company is just incredible. You truly are one of the very top leaders in our company. So
Thank you.
yeah, let's hear a little bit about your story. Maybe take us back to 2010.
Sure. So in October of 2010, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had issues cyst issues since I was diagnosed at age 48, but I had issues since I was 30. And when I realized that I was facing this breast cancer diagnosis, I had already decided that I was going to go through with a bilateral mastectomy followed by reconstruction, even though it ended up being stage 1. But because of the issues that I had had up until that point, I was just tired of repeat mams and, you know what I mean? All these ultrasounds. And I mean, for some women, that might not have been their choice, but for me, that was the right choice because I was stage 1. My margins were clear. My lymph nodes were clear. I did not have to do chemo or radiation. And my oncotype test came back low. They only did it because I had young kids at home. If that had come back moderate to high, they would have probably suggested I do chemo or radiation. But knowing what I know this many years later, I really would have found alternate ways to deal with my cancer at that point. But I praise God that I didn't have to have radiation or chemo. Going through the bilateral mastectomy, though, with reconstruction was very painful. The first 2 weeks, you're basically going from your bed to the table to eat and back to bed. And by your 3rd week, you're emotionally into it. But yes, I praise God that it was about the time that my cancer was diagnosed that my husband at the time, who was a cardiologist, got a call from somebody he didn't even know out of Arizona, Maria Williams, asking if we were drinking a juice that was beneficial. Okay. And he was promoting that and had done one meeting in Arizona to promote this juice. So she also knew about the juice. So when she called him, she didn't know she was even calling South Dakota. She thought she was calling somebody in Arizona where she lived. She had moved from Massachusetts to Arizona, so didn't know area codes. So her only question was, hey, how is that juice business doing? And Mark at the time said, well, we're not promoting that business, but we're drinking the juice because we can afford it. Because with the economy in 2009 really plummeted and people really had to tighten their belts. So that juice was expensive to take every month. Well, since Mark was into preventive medicine, he was a cardiologist who had educated himself on diet, and he was wanting to learn better ways to talk to his patients about their heart conditions. But she asked if he would watch an ABC investigative report on a new product, and he said yes. Little did Maria know that I had just been diagnosed with breast cancer. And in this business, thank goodness, Maria knew every Wednesday afternoon she could call to find out if he had seen the ABC investigative report. So it took 3 Wednesdays before he actually watched the ABC investigative report. So once seeing the investigative report where there were 7 peer-reviewed studies on PubMed.gov, it blew my cardiology husband away, going, oh my goodness, there's even a study in the American Heart Association journal, Circulation. Never before had they done a branded supplement on an all-natural supplement sold through network marketing in Circulation. So he realized at that point, oh my goodness, this product must be true. It must be doing what it says it does, and that is reduce oxidative stress on average by 40% in 30 days. Okay. So he signed up to get product for himself, for me, of course, with my cancer bout. Our parents were dealing with issues, arthritis, heart issues, prostrate issues. Even the hunting dog needed it because, joint health, out in the field all the time for just that overall energy. So when the product came, it was 2 weeks after my bilateral mastectomy, and I started on product, and I would see my plastic surgeon every week. So for my treatment to expand, put the fluid in my expanders. And then once I was expanded out, it would rest. Okay. So 3 weeks into my seeing him, him and the nurse looked at me and said, what are you doing? You are healing beautifully. And I said, well, hey, I'm activating my cells within my body for better healing and balance. And they then watched ABC investigative report, and they themselves saw the benefits of taking our Protandim Nerve 2 activator. Yes. And I was also doing the Nerve 2 cream on my scars, which was so important because that cream it's one thing to activate our NRF2 protein within every cell of our body internally, but one of the universities that had wanted to study Proteanum NRF2 from LifeVantage was the, Louisiana State University. And they said, the internal activation of this NRF2 protein is so amazing. You got to figure out a way to topically do it because our skin is our largest organ. So that's what our company did. They not only had NRF2 activation from the inside out, but from the outside in. And I was so thankful that I knew about this cream when my father-in-law, 4 years later, ended up having a glioblastoma. So he had brain cancer, and they had to remove his tumor. And I had to take him every day. I want to say from like the end of, for about 2 months, Monday through Friday, we'd have to go in for radiation on his head. Wow. And they had given me a cream I was supposed to fill, a steroid cream for after his radiation treatment. And I knew that our product was all natural. And I just started lathering up his head with our NRF2 activating cream, our number 4. And oh my goodness, his doctor was like, boy, that cream that I told you to fill was really working. Your scalp looks amazing. And I said, I'm sorry, I didn't fill that steroid cream. And I pulled out my LifeVantage True Science cream and said, this is what I'm putting on his head. So, it's amazing. It is a blessing. So yeah, I'm so thankful. And at the time after my surgery and stuff, they did have me go on tamoxifen. And it's an after-cancer drug. They wanted me on it for 5 years. But drugs have side effects, right? Well, 3 years into being on that drug, I was having terrible side effects. Depressed mood, no patience. My joints were hurting. And I knew the power of NRF2 within my body. And when I went back to my oncologist, I said, I can't keep doing this. I'm usually just such a happy person, upbeat person. And the patience of Job, I said, I don't hardly recognize myself. And I can't hardly even lift my leg over, a curb, And she said, and she knew I was doing NRF2 activation, but she, as a physician, I don't know how much she had really researched it. They sometimes are more skeptical if they don't go to PubMed and do their own due diligence. They don't realize what their patients are taking. But she said, Pam, I'm willing, you go ahead, let's take you off the tamoxifen for a month. Let's see how you do. Well, guess what? Within even 7 days being off that drug, my mood was elevated. I was having more patience and my joints are feeling better. Wow. And the sad part is before I left that day, she said, Pam, we not only want women on that drug or people on that drug for 5 years, they now want you to take that drug for 10. And I'm thinking, are you kidding? I know. Are you kidding? No. So I am so thankful that I've activated the pharmacy within my own body that God gave me. If we can turn on switches that after the age of 20 aren't firing like they did when we were younger. And LifeVantage has 3 activators that can turn on switches that after the age of 20 aren't firing like they used to. So I'm so glad I can now take our Protandim NRF2, our Protandim NRF1 to help with mitochondrial repair and to make more mitochondria so my cells have energy. And now our latest NRF2 activator, the latest product they came out with was NAD. Well, that NAD is just helping to degunk your cells, So for me, boy, I'm just so thrilled that I found an all natural way to keep my body as healthy as possible and try to keep it in balance. And plus that along with exercise and good nutrition. I mean, I am cautious what I'm putting in my mouth, but there's nothing on the market that has what these activators have. So I'm so thankful. If my body's a fire, like a house fire, I've got a hose in every room of my house putting out that fire rather than supplementing my body with outside stuff that's only a 1-to-1, like a Dixie cup of water on my house fire.
As opposed to million to one. That's one of the things that I taught. And you know what? And yeah, your story is so incredible. And what is interesting to me, because I've been You've been doing this a lot longer than I have. You are really at the top of our company. I mean, you as a former teacher, elementary, special ed, and what's interesting, and I was a teacher too, right? And what we are here to do is to share and to teach. Everyone can make their own decisions, but we do encourage everyone to do the research and not just be skeptical, but be open and do your research, because there truly isn't anything out there like this. Came from Duke. It has multiple patents and multiple PubMed studies. So we are ahead of the curve. Very true. We've got a few more minutes here because what I think is so important is here you are, and I've been told from the very beginning, the people that do the best, you know, kind of in building a very strong organization like you have are teachers. They're not salespeople, they're teachers. You're a teacher. And so, you know, I have, you know, teachers obviously who are my friends and some that are in my organization. But in the last few minutes here, can you share with us if this is something that sounds interesting to someone that's listening? Health, they care about their health, they're looking for advanced ways to tap into their pharmacy, right? Their body's God given pharmacy is what it is.
Mhm.
Um, how did you do the business? And we only have a couple minutes, but how did you grow such a significant side business that is available to anyone? Because you're knowledgeable, obviously, of the science. You were, you know, we're married to a cardiologist, but you have built this business. And so how would you share this with others who are interested in why is it important to you? And I guess what has it done for you financially?
Well, what's important is if this is as you watch that ABC, that's where we always start. So we have to educate people on what we know. So we start to where the company's story started. And it started with John Keonis, you know, back with that ABC investigative report where it proved that Protandim Nerve 2 does what it says it does. And
Mhm.
as you watch that, if you're Rolodexing the people in your life that you know would benefit from this, you definitely should jump in and join us in LifeVantage, because what we're doing is we're just writing down the names of the people we care about and love, the
Mhm.
people that we want to expose this to and educate them about. Because when you know what I know, and if I'm talking to somebody, whether I know them, if they're a close friend or not, or a perfect stranger, I like engaging with people, just asking people questions to find out who they are. And I tell you, in talking to any person, what do you find out about them? Usually you're finding about something dealing with their health that they're struggling with, or they're so frustrated with their job and they wish they had another way of making money to provide for their family, or making enough money to go on a trip with their family, or their son or daughter starting college and they don't have the funds they need, or they're nearing retirement and oh my goodness, they haven't saved enough money. So what I like about LifeVantage is we have an opportunity to ask those questions of people, find out what their pain is, and say, "Hey, I have something that might really benefit you and your family. Do you have time to watch this ABC investigative report?" So you're databasing names of people who you would share that report with, okay? Then
Mhm.
you're sharing the report with them, and then just getting their feedback as to, "Hey, now that you've seen this, are these products you would like to take? Or are these products you not only want to take, but would you like to share them with others? And if so, please join our team. We can teach you how to do this." And it is inviting people, and then you show them the tool, the ABC, or some of these other videos, like what you're putting together, Julia, is helping connecting people with like-minded people and showing how you can build this business no matter what your skill set is. And then you're connecting them with the team.
Mhm.
So what the beauty of it is, you don't do this business by yourself.
Mhm.
You get into this business and you have a team of people that's going to support you, not only to help you succeed, but in helping others grow their business. My business naturally grows. So if I invest the time and energy of helping somebody launch their business and help them bring on customers and other business builders, my business naturally grows.
Yep.
That's the beauty of this. I can't think of another profession where when I pour into other people and help bless their business, I am blessed.
I
So
know.
right now, almost 10 years later, my organization is 63,000 people. I grew up in a town of 10,000 people. Never in my wildest dream did I think I'd be affecting the lives of 63,000 people. And I have to tell you, most people in my business are customers that
Mhm.
start taking our products and they love it. So they order month after month after month.
Mhm.
So the bottle of Protandim that was sold way back in November of 2010, if those people are still on subscription, I am still getting to benefit from that because my volume over the years is just growing
Yeah. Oh,
from
it's
month to month.
so incredible. And I totally just feel the same way as you, is that this is about helping, supporting, mentoring, and you have just done so much for me over the years. I'm one of your 63,000. I mean,
Yeah,
that I am, right? And
yeah,
you have helped me so much. And the other side of it is what you just said. Thank you for sharing that. We're going to have to end here, but
okay,
the residual, the fact that when people start taking these products because they work so well, they take them for years. You don't want to be
yeah,
without them. You just don't. You feel different. And so that from a business standpoint is very significant to
yeah,
think about, is that ongoing year after year after year.
yes.
And so thank you very much, Pam. I appreciate you. I, um, I love you, and thanks for being here today.
Well, thank you, Julia. Feeling is mutual, and I'm so glad we get to do life together and
Me
to
too.
change the quality of people's life if that's what they want. So thank you. Have a
Exactly.
great day.
You
All
too.
right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.